Welcome to this lecture. In the previous lecture, we have just studied about the scaling effect in designing of the MEMS. How scaling will affect the geometry and how the effect of scaling the rigid body dynamics in the mechanical domain. In today's lecture, we will see the effect of scaling in electrostatic domain. For a com drive actuators that is working on the electrostatic principle, its relative reflection for a given voltage is given by the delta upon L. That is relative deflection. It's equals to n epsilon naught V square upon 4E multiplied by L square upon G into W cube, where n is the number of interacting com fingers, epsilon naught is a constant, V is applied voltage, E is the Young modulus, L that is the length of this fingers, G gravitational force, or sorry, the gap between them, between the adjacent com drive fingers, and W is the width of that com heights, or we can say width of that. So if these are the constant value here, and epsilon naught 4E, these are constant value, or V is the applied voltage, and when we can just write these two values G and W in terms of L using this constant, that is L square divided by Pg into L for G and PWL for W raised to power 3. So we will get that delta upon L, that is proportional to L raised to power minus 2, or we can say 1 upon L square. So it means that for a large com drive actuators of 1 meter size and its micro counterparts of 100 micrometer size, with the same proportion, the micro com drive would have the relative deflection of 10 raised to power 8 times larger than the large com drive actuators. What is meaning? If one com drive have the dimension L, that is 1 meter range, and the second one we are designing new one that has the com drive with the 100 micrometer range. So what will be the effect of the relative reflection if we are reducing the size by 10,000 times? In that case, that relative deflection that will increase by 10 raised to power 8 times. Okay, then the large counter actuators. Why? This is why miniaturization factors favors the electrostatic actuations. Uh, because of this effect, if we will miniaturize the system, electrostatic effect will increase, the deflection will increase, so electric deflection will increase. So this is a favorable uh, condition for this one that use in electrostatic domain. Again, if we can see in the formula, we can change to know the what is the value of voltage from this one. This is the previous formula. If we are taking the value, we wish to write the formula in terms of V. We know V square value, that is V. What is the value of V square? That is delta by L multiplied by 4E GW cube divided by N epsilon naught L square ka whole under root. So we will get from this one delta by L into 4 E or Y. This is Young modulus upon N upon epsilon naught GWQ upon L square whole under root. So we just see from here that is V is proportional to L. Hence, if we for if we can see that if we need the 1 volt at a micro scale range, that is 100 micrometer size, we would need 10,000 volt at the macro scale range. Means if we increase the size, the voltage required for same deflection will also increase. Or we can say if we are reducing the voltage, we are reducing the size, in that case the required voltage for the same relative deflection that will also reduce. proportionality. So this is also favorable condition for designing the micro devices. So we are using this electrostatic principle in that mainly. Next, the effect of scaling in the magnetic domain. Two current carrying conductors of length L are separated by distance d and they carry current at I1 and I2 respectively. The magnetic force between them can be written as F is equal to mu naught upon 2 pi into I1 into I2 L upon d, where mu naught is the permeability of the free space in which the conductors are placed. So from this equation we can see if I, the current, is proportional to J multiplied by A, where J is current density multiplied by A. This is a cross section area or L square. So we can say that F is proportional to L square, because this is these are also length dimensions, so they will be cancel out, only this will be remaining. So we can write I square, or we can say J square A square, or we can write that this is a J I L raised to power 4. So we can say that F force is just proportional to the fourth power of the L length. So if we get the 1 Newton force at a macro scale, we only get, if we will reduce the size in the micro scale, what will happen? We are reducing size by 6 times, 10 raised to power 6 times. We are reducing. So what will happen? The force that will also reduce by 10 raised to power 4 it's 24 time power time. It's 4 power time. So if we are for a micro scale, if the force generated, that is 1 Newton, in that case if we decrease the size in the micro scale 10 raised to power minus 6, in that case the force will be 10 raised to power minus 24 Newton. So it will be very low value of the force. So this is not a favorable condition. So this magnetic for effect is not favorable for this one in MEMS devices. So this magnetic force is not we are using in the MEMS designing. Again we can see from the if instead of carrying two conductor carrying current, we are taking a single current carrying conductor in the constant magnetic field B. So for that the force F can be written as ILB, I cross L cross B. I is the current, L is the length of that conductor, B is the magnetic field. So we can write this one. Now writing this value in terms of I L squares, we can write I, that is J into A or J into I square L and B. So F is proportional to L cube here. Again we can see if 1 Newton force at macro scale, we only will get 10 to the power minus 6 multiplied by minus 3, means 10 to the power minus 18 Newton force at micro scale. While we have the same current density, same magnetic field for this. So this is the reason why electrostatic force are, this magnetostatic force are, electromagnetic force are not commonly used in MEMS devices and microsystems as preferred actuation force. Here only we are using electrostatic force. Next, what is the effect of scaling in electricity? We can see the electric resistance, the formula, that is R is equal to rho L by A. Rho is a resistivity per unit length, and this L is the length of the material, A is the cross section area. So we can say from this formula is a constant value, so we will get R is proportional to L inverse. So we can say if the length will size will reduce, resistivity will increase. Then resistive power loss, that is P is equal to V square upon R. Again we can say if for the given voltage it's proportional to inverse proportional to 1 P is inversely proportional to R. It means P is proportional to L. So we can say for with increase in the size, the power will increase, power loss will increase. So we can say with decrease in the size, power loss will also decrease. For electric field energy, we can write U is equal to half of epsilon E square. What is E? Electric field, that is V by D. So for given voltage, we can say that U is proportional to L raised to power minus 2, where E is the permeability of electric field, dielectric, and E is the electric field. These are the electric quantity and their proportionality of length. We can see that voltage is proportional to L raised to power 1, that is taken from this book, and this is the book we have taken this value in this table we have drawn from the information getting from this. So we can say, and the resistance R we have already seen, that is proportional to L inverse. The current I, that is proportional to I square, because it's V upon R. V is proportional to L and R proportional to L inverse, so we get this I proportional to L square. Inductance by the formula L equals to mu n square A upon L. Mu is the permeability, n the number of turns, A the area covered by the turn, and L is the length of that coil. So we got from this one that it's proportional to, if this n is constant, u is constant, so we will get the A upon L. So A is L square upon L, so we will get L1. Again, for the capacitance, C goes to epsilon A by D. Epsilon is permeability, A is a cross section area, we can see the, or intersection area, common area, and D is the distance between the plates, so this is also proportional to L. And power is equal to V into I, L into and L square, so we will get the proportional to L cube. In the next lecture, we will see the dependence of scaling effect in the thermal domain and other. Till then, thank you.